Hi guys, you're so welcome here to another podcast on this channel, NarcCon, where we deal with all things in relation to narcissists, how to understand, analyze, and deal with them, and how to recover from an interaction with them. Today, I would like to get into the texting habits of narcissists, and I'd like to take, sorry about the grunts in the background there, that's my dear friend Remy. Today, I'd like to get into texting habits of narcissists because it's interesting that they do follow a pattern like everything else in relation to the narcissistic personality disorder. And these techniques or things that resonate with you or these patterns can be part of an overall pattern of your analysis of a relationship you may have had or are having to come down on whether you're dealing with a narcissist or not, or to help you make an evaluation as to whether you're dealing with a narcissist or not, in order for you to make your decisions about what you want to do about the relationship, if you want to leave it or if you want to try and make some headway in it. So I'm going to start, guys, with the general patterns of narcissists texting. And then I'm going to do a section on how they text in the intimate relationship. So if it goes into two vids or two podcasts, so be it. Let's get started. And can I ask you, as a call out, please consider subscribing. If you do subscribe, hit the notification bell, because that's the only way you're going to get told of the videos that are posted. And I usually post twice a week. If you're interested in following, I would appreciate that. And anything you can do to help this small channel expand and get the word out there, I'd really appreciate it. Okay, so let's start with the general stuff on how narcissists text and how important it is for narcissists to have this thing we call a phone. Now, I'm not taking away from the fact the phone is important. It's like a life device for everybody these days. But for the narcissist, it's a means of getting narcissistic supply, controlling narcissistic supply, viewing potential narcissistic supply, and running a secret life. So that's the way they appropriate their phone. And what's going on in the background on that device is literally their control center that you will probably not be aware of unless you're onto them. So the first thing they would do would be text at inappropriate times. And again, I'm going to preempt this by saying we all at some times text at inappropriate times, or at least most of us would do or have done, where we think, I wish I didn't have my phone last night. Particularly if you've been discarded by a narcissist, you may go out on the Raz with your friends and end up texting the narcissist because you're in a dreadful emotional state. This is not for those times. This is the general modus operandi of a narcissist, is to text whenever they feel like it, without any due consideration to what you may be doing. They'll even text you if you're sick in the middle of the night. They'll text you when you've got an important event the next day. They don't care. If they want supply from you, they'll text you at any time. So that's it's a disrespectful, inappropriate texting time. So if that's happened to you more than once with the narcissist, you can kind of put that down as a in relation to, were they a narcissist? Okay, the next thing, which is extremely frustrating and extremely torturous, is when the narcissist will need something badly from you, that's quite essential to whatever they're doing, their job, their information that they need at a particular time, or they need you to do a favor for them. They will request that from you and expect, with the entitlement of a narcissist, that you will jump and you will do whatever it is they want. And usually, if you have empathy and you're involved with them, you will do your best to help them. Now, this is turned around 120 degrees when you actually vitally need information from them, or it's really important to you to find something out because a lot of other decisions are hinging on this particular piece of information that the narcissist has. This is dreadfully delicious for them because they know how badly you want this. And they get great empowerment and pleasure from keeping the information from you. And this is often in a texting sense. They may be away, that's when you need the information, or they're not your intimate partner, they're a friend or a family member. And you text them and say it's urgent, particularly if you give away how important and urgent it is to you. They'll either not respond and you'll follow up with some text saying, please, can you get back to me? Or you'll try ringing them or calling them and they won't be responding. You might get a text saying, I'm in a meeting, and then nothing else. And then you'll send the text again saying, this is urgent. Can you give me the information or can you find out? And they'll say, yeah, sure, we'll do as soon as pos. And you still don't hear back from them. So you try maybe contacting someone else to find the information out, can't get it from them. They say the narcissist is the only one that knows. I'm sure you get the picture, guys. I'm sure you've been on tenterhooks with anxiety building, trying to get information from the narcissist that sometimes is merely a yes or a no, yet they're not prepared to do. They are enjoying this, and this is often a little texting situation that's getting them a lot of narcissistic supply, knowing that their answer is so important to you. It's elevating the importance they feel within themselves. They then may come back to you, when it's beyond appropriate, the time, wait that they've made you wait, and say, hang on a bit, I need to ask someone just to clarify this. And a day will go by. And a day will go by. And you'll say, have you asked them? No, sorry, can't get them. Doing my best. Love ya. All this kind of stuff. So guys, without labouring that point, one of the texting habits of the narcissist is to enjoy the juicy withhold of information from you and to keep you hooked with little, it's coming, it's coming, it's coming, it's coming. Give me more, give me more, give me more. Okay, another texting habit of a narcissist would be they often do big things by text, like big things like telling you bad news or breaking up with you by text, if they have the decency to tell you that they're breaking up with you, because oftentimes they will pack their little suitcases and ride off into the sunset on their donkey. Excuse the sarcasm. Oftentimes they will not let you know that they're breaking up with you. They'll do what's termed these days as ghosting. But if they are going to and getting satisfaction from sending that text, they will break up with you by text. Again, this is something that they always do with big things that they need to do where they don't want to be maybe accountable, or they don't want to be in your presence. They don't want to be accountable. I know some of you may have broken up by text at different times if you felt that it was dangerous to do so directly to a narcissist. So again, this is a pattern that they follow. It's not just a one-off. It's not with, circumstances that would justify it. So again, they will do an appropriate action via text that really needs to be done in person. They'll fire you from your job via text, that kind of thing. What they love to do, a texting habit of a narcissist, is they absolutely love to tell you off by text in the devaluation stage in particular, or if you haven't been able to drop everything and run to their, their aid or their immediate assistance. Or even if you're trying to find out that information from them and you're sending them a few texts because it's so urgent to you, they may well tell you off and say, look, stop harassing me, stop hassling me. I'm dealing with something important here. I'll get back to you as soon as I can. You're going crazy. You must realize that this is inappropriate, this level of texting, to me. And again, this is a twist because the only reason you're texting them a good few times is because they're being obtuse. They're giving you word salad. They're not answering what you need answered. And they're turning it around on you. They're using it as an opportunity to tell you off by text. And you may get a lot of these long monologue texts by the narcissist telling you everything that's wrong with you, which is a classic case of projection. Guys, if you've had one of these, just put it down in the comments, or the kind of sort of things a narcissist has said to you by text. That's really inappropriate. And I think number 5 I have down here. Yeah, a narcissist will use the text, and I'm going to bring this into the intimate relationship as well. They use their phone or their texting device as a control center. So they will time your responses to their texts back to see how under control you are, even as a friend or a family member. If you answer immediately, they'll know that you're quite willing to interact with them, or that you're quite well under control with them. If you leave a big gap before you come back to them, they will take offense at that, and they will probably give you a bit of a devaluation to groom you into always answering their texts quickly. So it's an interesting one. They can measure with their kind of narc control DAR how under control you are by the length of time it takes or doesn't take for you to enter or to respond to a text they may send. The other thing that they would kind of have a habit of doing is going silent. Going silent for quite some time, and then when you ask them, what was the story yesterday? You didn't respond to my texts. It was quite urgent. They'll come up with the usual excuse of, lost my phone. My phone wasn't charged. I'd no battery, or left my phone in the car. Something to that nature in relation to, they'll come back with you in a text in relation to that, to kind of say, what's the big hassle? This happened with my phone. You kind of blew up my phone with texts, and, it was just that. So those are the type of texts narcissists send to both control people and to make people feel stupid, when up to that, a narcissist may have been very available to you. They go AWOL, and we've no doubt that they're up to no good when they've done that, and they will text you back one of these inane excuses. The last thing I will say about the texting habits of a narcissist would be, they'll send multiple texts at the same time when they are out of supply, and they may even send the same texts to multiple, maybe partners, old partners, new partners, to see who'll respond first or who'll respond best to get the supply from them. So you think you're getting an exclusive text from the narcissist, and the narcissist has sent this to many people. So there is a kind of an abuse that narcissists will use in relation to texting, and that's the modus operandi of a narcissist in general with texting. It's pretty inappropriate. It's used to control you. They oftentimes don't answer what they should answer, and will use being away on their phones with their texts and lack of texts to annoy you and extract narcissistic supply out of you, and blame you for being crazy because of their texting habits. So guys, I'm going to do a part 2 where we go through the texting habits of the narcissist in the intimate relationship. And I'd say you might find that interesting and see if it resonates with you. In the meantime, have a great day and take care, and we will be back to you soon. Bye from me, and bye from the Sleepy Remy.